jump right in. Let's start with the first topic here. So, as you mentioned, Josh, WWE basically told Peacock, bye bye. We're starting our new ESPN direct to consumer service early because this was supposed to start with WrestleMania 42 next April. And all of a sudden, now it's going to start with WrestlePalooza going head to head with AEW All Out on September 20th. And so this coming Sunday's Clash in Paris PLE is the last ever PLE for at least the main roster on Peacock.
And I will not be watching Clash in Paris because I just don't care.
And so with this move, I will say this. Over the years, right, the last 4 or 5 years, everybody kept asking me, Brandon, why aren't you getting rid of your direct TV? Just get Hulu or Fobo or whatever. It's so much cheaper. And I kept saying it won't be. It's going to be the same price in 4 to 5 years. All these live streaming services, plus all the streaming, you're going to end up paying the same as cable. And that's what this is. Now, the good news for me is actually for my wallet, because I have DirecTV, because it has a deal with ESPN for this direct-to-consumer service to be logged in through my cable account, I actually get the PLEs for free. So it's not going to cost me any money. Now, if you don't have a service that's linked to the cable subscription or you don't have cable at all, you're going to have to pay $29.99 a month for the pay-per-view, which is a lot of money. WWE is betting on the fact their fans came to them with the WWE Network, which, let's be honest, the $9.99 WWE Network was the best invention that's ever come with streaming. It was the best app for streaming, and it was the revolutionary start of streaming. They moved to Peacock. It was $4.99 a month. Then it moved to like $6.99. Now, because of the NBA coming into Peacock, it's going to be $10.99 a month. So they have just gone up and up and up on their subscription models. They have gone more to the PLE style with Peacock as opposed to pay-per-view. My hope with this is obviously for more mainstream attention. Not that WWE doesn't need it, but it's always going to have mainstream attention. But my worry with this is ESPN is going to do what the four-letter network always does. They're going to intervene in the broadcast. I heard there's going to be Sports Center happening with the PLEs, which I guess would be cool. But I just hope production does not get in the way. I hope it's sort of a, hey, we're hosting this WWE, do what you want type of thing, because we all know what ESPN gets their hands on, they ruin.
Yeah, and I've heard that for the WWE draft, they may have some of the top ESPN personalities for it.
That would be reaching the stupidity level of I don't even know what. I hope they don't do that. Do you remember a few years ago when SmackDown just came over to Fox and they had Joe Buck and Troy Aikman announced a pick for SmackDown?
Yes.
At the time when Fox was on Thursday Night Football. Oh my God, what a disaster that was. Yeah, I hope they don't do that.
But honestly, like, think about how expensive it's going to be if you want to watch WWE stuff. Like, you got to have a subscription for ESPN. You need to have a subscription for Netflix. If you want to watch SmackDown and you don't have cable, guess what? You need to have a subscription for Peacock. Yeah.
Well, no, not even, because SmackDown, the Peacock thing is on a delay a month. So if you want to watch SmackDown, you got to get some sort of cable service that has the USA Network. So you might as well get the cable service because that's what ESPN is on, basically.
So, yeah, it's going to be extremely expensive just to watch WWE.
Well, it's the same thing as the NFL. It's my whole point on this, Josh. There's nothing we can do about it. The media rights deals are getting more expensive. These leagues, the NFL and WWE, have been on top of it, and now Major League Baseball and the NBA are following their leads on it. We could get Netflix. We could get Prime. We could get Peacock exclusives. We could get Paramount Plus exclusives. We could get whatever streaming service. We could get the CW. We could get Fox and Tubi. Like, we could get whatever you want and put each separate program on there and make you pay for it because we know our fans want to consume our product, so they're going to pay for it.
Yeah. That's not even mentioning the price of tickets to go to an episode of Raw or SmackDown.
And again, fans are paying them, which is why they have record gates. And that's all it's about. It's the bottom line. It's why I have been saying here for the past couple of weeks, it reeks of TKO raking in all this money because they eventually want to sell the company at its highest for profit.
Yeah, I agree.
You could make an unbelievable argument now, and I have no idea how this happened, that WWE is somehow more profitable now than it's ever been somehow after Vince McMahon left. And you can make an argument by 2027, WWE could be owned by the Saudis because that's where we're heading.
Could be owned by who?
The Saudis.
Oh, yeah.
The Saudi government. Because I think that's where we're heading with this.
Hell, they want a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia.
And it's probably going to happen. And WWE is going to rake in the money. I mean, it is all about the money.
Yeah.
Hell,
but the Saudi Arabia is going to host the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, next year in January. So, I don't even get what this ESPN direct-to-consumer service is. So it's not ESPN Plus, which is apparently completely different, but it's an app that you can get on your streaming device, but through your cable company.
Yeah, like I have the ESPN app on my phone. So do I have to download a different ESPN app?
No, so it's in the ESPN app. So I don't know, for example, do you have a smart TV at home or anything like that, like a Roku or a Fire Stick?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can download the ESPN app on there. Then depending on what you have, I think if you have Hulu Live TV, Direct TV, Spectrum, there's a couple other cable companies. You can log in through your cable provider and see all the content that's on there for free.
So here's the thing, to go back to the Major League Baseball stuff. So all the NHL regular season games are on ESPN Plus. However, I cannot watch the Pittsburgh Penguins because even though Pittsburgh's 2 hours away, guess what? It's blacked out here in Cleveland because it just is. I can't watch the Blue Jackets on ESPN Plus because it's blacked out. So I'm wondering if Major League Baseball does or MLB.TV does go with the ESPN, will the Guardians be blacked out based on that?
They'll be blacked out if you don't have the subscription for it.
Well, again, I have ESPN Plus, and yet the Penguins and the Blue Jackets are blacked out.
Well, the Blue Jackets are because they're on Fox Sports or whatever it's called, the Bally Sports Ohio, so you have to watch through there.
Right.
The Penguins would only be blacked out if they're on that Pittsburgh Root Network or whatever it's called that I know I get.
Yeah, when I try to watch them, it's because of a local blackout or something.
Yeah, that is strange. Let's see. What do we got next on our wrestling agenda? Oh, speaking of the ESPN direct-to-consumer service.
This is freaking war, my friend. This is freaking war. Because, WWE doesn't care about AEW. Oh, really? When are they putting WrestlePalooza on? At the same damn time as All Out. And you tell me
to fuck with Tony Khan. I mean, that's the only reason.
I'm sorry. Am I going to watch WrestlePalooza? Hell no. I am watching All Out all day, every day. Because you're telling me at WrestlePalooza I get John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. First of all, Brock Lesnar shouldn't even be back on WWE. I stand by that. Second of all, that's what that match does for me. Whereas you're telling me at All Out, I'm getting Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin, MJF versus Mark Briscoe, Adam Copeland, or as you call him, Edge, and Christian against FTR in Toronto? Give me AEW All Out every day, all the time.
By the way, is Jon Moxley going to use a fork again?
Oh my God. That was insane. If that was your first time watching an AEW pay-per-view, welcome, my friend, because that is the type of match you are going to get.
That's not wrestling. That's just disgusting. I don't know what that is, but that is not professional wrestling. That sets the sport back 30 years, in my opinion. Gunther's sitting at home disgusted by that.
Well, I'm sorry, but I love it. AEW has been rocking and rolling lately. Like,
that's not according to the 500,000 people that watched last week, and Dave Meltzer made up the excuse that it's because of the Little League World Series.
Oh, I don't give a. Oh, so what? They're going to smaller venues and they're not getting great TV ratings. I don't care.
So Josh, here's actually, I'm not here to take a shot at AEW. I'm just telling you what I think's going through WWE's mind. They know they can't knock AEW out of business because Tony Khan has way too much money. We all know that. Tony Khan could buy WWE if he really wanted to. That's how much money the Khan family has. So what they want to do is this. They are going to counter-program. The WWE and TKO have figured out basically their best shot to take AEW out of business. They're going to try because they want to monopolize everything now. What they want to do is they're going to put a PLE on every time AEW has a PLE. And they are going to swoop up. TKO is every single media right deal possible. UFC is at Paramount. WWE has NBC. They have Disney. They even have Fox technically with Tubi. They have Netflix. They have Peacock exclusives now with Saturday Night's Main Event. They have almost every media streaming service you can think of besides Amazon Prime and Warner's. Because what they're going to try to do is if Warner Brothers Discovery goes down and something happens with AEW, because we know Warner's in financial trouble, there's going to be nowhere for AEW to put on a television program. And that's their strategy.
I know. And for God's sakes, WWE wants to try and get TNA a new TV deal.
Well, here we go. That was our next topic on the agenda. They want to put TNA on Wednesday nights out of all things. And I would not be surprised, by the way, if they do this and TNA just folds and WWE ends up buying TNA, and that may be what they want to do. Because TNA wouldn't come anywhere close to AEW. I wouldn't think it would affect AEW viewership at all.
No.
But I think it would be freaking funny just to witness it.
WWE has pushed me so far away with all of this. I am very much in AEW's camp. I have reinstituted my.
They are trolling fans like you right now. They are literally trolling you at the highest level.
I am reinstituting my WWE boycott. Like, I'm sorry, but you're telling me I get John Cena as my WWE champion. Yeah, give me John Moxley instead. Or I'll take Swerve Strickland, or I'll take MJF, or Kenny Omega. I'll take any of them over John Cena. Thank you very much.
So, this has kind of calmed down over the past week or two since it first came out. But, like, is this still relatively possible? I think so.
What?
That TNA gets a deal when they go to Wednesday nights. Like, I think WWE, and the question is, where are they going to put it? Reportedly, they're talking to the CW. I mean, how much of an audience would TNA get on broadcast television?
I know. Like, it's honestly kind of irritating that WWE wants to control the market as much as they are. Like, why won't they allow us to have an alternative? Like, get it.
Because they want world domination. This is like going back to like Triple H's NXT roots in 2018 when they had the NXT UK and there was plans to build out like an NXT Europe, all throughout Europe, like before COVID-19 shut everything down. This is what WWE wants. They want world domination. And I don't even think they care about AEW contracts and numbers wise. I just think they want to fuck with Tony Khan and they want to put him out of business by basically carving up every single freaking media contract they possibly can so that there's nowhere for him to go. Because I guarantee you, as like, let's say even with the Tubi deal, I can almost guarantee you that because Tubi is owned under Fox, they have told Fox, you can't bring in AEW programming because you technically have a contract with us.
Well, do they? Because SmackDown's no longer on Fox.
But again, Tubi is owned by Fox. And when they have Evolve on Tubi, that's a Fox product. So WWE technically does have a deal with them. I mean, at this point, if Warner Brothers Discovery, which we know, I'm sorry, they are in a whole lot of trouble now that the NBA is no longer on that network. If some guy comes in there and buys it one day like they did to Turner in the 90s and says, I don't want any wrestling anymore, get rid of AEW, basically Tony Khan's only choice right now is either go to Amazon Prime or go on X and start streaming or start his own network. And basically what it comes down to.
WWE's trying to squeeze AEW's head.
But see, here's the thing. Tony needs to fight back. He's not fighting back. And the other thing is, and I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but some of this is on Tony for putting all his eggs into one basket. We just talked about the NFL having Netflix and Prime and CBS and NBC and all that. All of AEW's programming, for the most part, is on HBO. Now, is that because HBO owns a part in AEW? And we don't know that because apparently when it comes to this Jon Moxley lawsuit where he pushed a cameraman or something a couple years ago, the judge wants to know who owns AEW and Tony won't tell him. Is that the reason why Warner is that the reason why, AEW is only on Warner and they haven't moved to another network or had another media rights because Warner technically owns, let's say, 10% of AEW?
Well, I know there at one point there were reports AEW was going to do a show on Fox, but that fell through.
Again, I'm wondering if that's because under their new media rights deal with Warner, Warner got a piece of the company. Because why else, as soon as they signed that media rights deal, the talk about Fox went away immediately.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, but, for me, AEW has been awesome. I'm really enjoying, everything they're doing. MJF versus Hangman was fantastic at the pay-per-view, and now MJF is focusing squarely on Mark Briscoe. FTR versus Christian and Adam Copeland is going to be fantastic. I'm fine with the tag team titles not being involved. Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin. That's just going to be pure carnage. They have Chris Statlander possibly joining the Death Riders. We might be getting women's tag team championships. I think AEW's been on fire. It feels like they found their footing and have gone back to when they were at their strongest without a certain Phil Brooks.
Yeah, that's where we will have to disagree. I want to talk quickly about the fact that Saturday night's main event is moving away from NBC. They're going to the Peacock exclusive. There is going to be one on November 1st. But the news is official, Josh. I told you the last time we were on Championship Rings that this was rumored. I do have my plane ticket. I do have my hotel booked. I got to wait till tickets officially go on sale for the event. But I will be in Boston because it is official. John Cena's last ever match is taking place on December 13th on a Peacock exclusive nonetheless.
It would not surprise me if he actually loses that match, by the way.
Oh, I think he could very well lose it in 5 seconds. Imagine this. I think it's going to be one of two people. I think it's going to be a young guy now. I think they've gone through the CM Punks and the Randy Ortons and the possibilities. I wish Adam Copeland was a possibility, but I know there's no chance in hell it's happening. So because of that, I think there's two guys that are on the table to wrestle John Cena. One of them is the unpredictable badass Braun Breaker. who I think if you put Breakker over one spear, that is Cena's last match. He goes out on his back just like that. And the other one is the Ring General, Gunther. And you give Gunther the rub, and you give him the fact that he's the heel, one of the top heels in the business, because he retired John Cena. He's the reason why John Cena went out on his back.
I could very well see them doing that. Again, do I care about him versus Logan Paul on Sunday? No. Again, none of the matches at Clash in Paris are like, oh my God, I have to watch that. No. Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch, meh. I mean, I did not like Becky Lynch's comments about Ozzy Osbourne, and clearly the city of Birmingham didn't either. But, like, the Fatal 4-Way, yeah, Seth Rollins isn't losing. Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, okay. And, okay. And, again, John Cena versus Logan Paul, whatever.
What do you think of them objectively ignoring the John Cena heel turn? I mean, R-Truth is already back to being a babyface. Like, he never came back as a heel.
Yeah. And
they have basically said we are. I mean, I've never seen this move out of this regime. You would see it occasionally. This is like straight out of the Vince McMahon playbook. This is like when Edge went to the Judgment Day, turned heel, and then turned back babyface, and never talked about the Judgment Day again.
Yes,
that is basically what this is.
Yeah, R-Truth is back to being like a jokester, and like
Judge Cena even said to him, he's like, "Did I say I was going to ruin wrestling? That was a bad idea."
Yeah.
So somebody has pitched the idea. I don't know if you saw this. Nick Nemeth, the former Dolph Ziggler, now is on Busted Open Radio, said they should have a gauntlet match for John Cena's last match. And when you think the match is over, all of a sudden, if you smell what the final boss is cooking, and The Rock comes out, and that's how we finish the Rock Cena chapters. John Cena's final match is technically against The Rock.
Yeah, I guess.
It will. Let me just say this: it does feel weird if Cena and Rock do not interact at least one time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But I'm just like, Raw and SmackDown have both been bad recently. Every match. Oh, distraction, interference, surprise roll up. I'm like,
somebody did a count. Did you see this? The last Raw that ended without interference was back in May when Cody beat Jey Uso in the semifinals. I guess the finals on the Raw side for the King of the Ring tournament.
And that's my point. It's like, how do I get enjoyment out of, distraction, or on the WWE PLEs? Here's a match. Here's two video packages. Oh, here's a 10-minute match. Video package. And I'm like, just give me the freaking wrestling.
I've said this before. I know you called Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble, but it does feel like Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble fucked every plan up they had for this year. And
I mean,
I don't know. Like, did you watch the Unreal series? I didn't even get a chance to ask you. Did you finish it?
Nope, I haven't even started it.
I do think, by the way, if there's any wrestling fans that have never seen wrestling before, Unreal is a perfect series to watch. It really does go behind the curtain. It explains why me and you both care a lot, albeit on different sides and for different reasons, about why we care about professional wrestling. I think it does a really good job detailing that aspect of it, that this isn't fake. But Jey Uso winning the Rumble, the writers' meeting discussion was in that doc. That's the only reason why I asked.
Yeah. That's another, reason for me is, Cody's title reign, outside of, the second AJ Styles feud and everything with Kevin Owens, was very meh. You know, Tiffany Stratton's current title reign has been Nia Jax. Oh, here's a Charlotte Flair feud for WrestleMania. Nia Jax, Jade Cargill. And now it seems like they're going back to Nia Jax. Or, you know, as much as I love Liv Morgan's title reign, it was basically all Rhea Ripley. I'm like, what? Why? Why?
Yeah. I can't argue with you there.